guess another day in the books.
Yeah, another day. We had a pretty good day today. We'll get on film and look at it. We'll see, it's still summer training. Mistakes to be made, mistakes to be corrected. But I thought energy. I think back-to-back Monday and Tuesday, I thought we'd come out with good energy.
It seems like you talked about mistakes. It seemed like there might have been a couple more today than the past. Was it just guys getting used to the heat, or?
I don't know if that's probably not really accurate.
Okay.
That first day or two or three, there's a lot of mistakes in there.
Yeah,
so,
that's fair.
But I mean, there's certainly still summer, and there's mistakes to be made. And the biggest room in the world is room for improvement. So we still got work to do, and we got to get better tomorrow. But I was pleased with the effort today.
Talk about what you've seen from Abraham so far, and just his
Jack's a real accurate passer, and he's really done a good job running the ball too. I mean, he's had some big runs in scrimmage and today, and so he's a guy. He's a smart football player. So that's the thing about Jack. He's he's really smart, and he's very accurate. So a quarterback is two good things. So again, I've been pleased with what he's done. Marcelo and Tate, I think, are doing some good things too. So they're doing good. They're fighting hard.
You talk about his feet, even be able to run. Just talk about replacing that run production from last year. I mean, he's your leading rusher, and then trying to just
I think we're deeper at running back than we've ever been. There's no doubt about it. Ito is a great player. There's no ifs and buts about that. That's what it might be more of a running back by committee group this year instead of just one guy. But I do feel like we have 5 to 6 very talented tailbacks. So that's encouraging. Guys that have a lot of speed. We got size and speed. We got older guys, Tez and George are back, and then the young guys, Darius Mayberry from Clinton, and then you talk about Travinsky Mosley, and then T-Rod Daniels. Of course, T-Rod was having a great camp. He got an opportunity a week ago, and he's a little banged up right now, but he's going to be fine. But he's another. We talk about T-Rod and Travinsky and Darius and some of those guys. You're talking about a lot of speed. So again, I think we're talented there. Like always, running back's a position that you're gonna have injuries at. So if you're going through the season with one running back, good luck. It's a tough journey. So the one thing I do like is our overall top to bottom depth and talent.
You had talked about the new 4-game rule for freshmen for them to red shirt. Is that a good way as a coach for you to use it, as in a almost, I guess, an audition type of deal, the first 4 games, and if they stand up,
or do you those wins and losses in football is a little bit different than any other game there is, college football especially. Yeah. I mean, those wins are vital. You don't get, it's not like basketball or baseball. You can catch back up at the tournament time. You know what I'm saying? In football, every Saturday is tournament time. So I don't know if we audition. The best men are going to play, bar none. It doesn't matter. If we get an opportunity to play some of those freshmen, we will. Some of them will have to play 11 games. Some of them will have to play up to 4 games and do the red shirt. But we're going to just keep watching them and see how they develop. A lot of times with freshmen, it's who develops mentally, in the game plan and learning the scheme, more so than it is physically. And there's some positions we know in football are a little bit harder to grasp mentally than other positions. So football is a complex game. People don't give football players enough. I mean, football is a high-level game with a ton of complexity. It's unlike any other game. It's a moving battlefield with 11 parts going in all different directions, and you have to understand. And the one thing about football players, you have to find guys that can think quick. They don't have time to digest situations, and I think that's the one thing. I've had some of my most outstanding students sometimes struggle on the football field because they got to know it now. And then sometimes some of your most brilliant football players are those guys that are those BC students, because they digest quick, So it's amazing the difference. It's just a different way to think. But when you're on a battlefield, I'm sure it's just like that, but more and more important when you're in the military, when lives are on the line, you got to make that one quick decision. And if you're that military leader, you got to make a decision to affect everybody's life right now. So that's what you got to give these guys a lot of credit for. It's a complex game, and they have to digest a lot of information, and they have to digest it quickly.
Well, you were talked about your linebackers and how deep you are, and you've actually even made the statement that you think you have some guys that can play at the next level. You talk about you've got so many. How hard is it going to be to find playing time for all of them?
That's a great question. I mean, because we are deep there, and we actually feel like we have 4 starters and 4 really good players. And sometimes, you have that. I mean, you have 4 guys that are great talents, and they're all battling for playing time, but that's the good thing. They're all team guys. They all help each other out. This is a fun linebacking core. They're tough. They're linebackers, which I like, you know. So it's a fun group to coach and to watch play. They help each other out. They're true team guys. So again, they're going to be a fun bunch to watch.
Talk about the rest of the defense and how they've come along over the last few weeks.
We're getting. I think our size wise and up front, we're getting big, which I like that. You know, naturally, you know, we're getting bigger. I've really been pleased with our. Like I said, I thought we've done some really good things early this week, but we've got to, you know, compound that and keep getting better each week. And that's the journey. You know, we got to get better each week, and we know we got a long, hard season. We know every game's a tough battle. We got to be ready.
And the season starts, of course, with Jackson State. Just talk about what you've seen from them so far.
You know, they're just an outstanding football team, well coached. We know it's going to be a high energy game. You know, I understand that completely. You know, and so I know we're well aware of what's coming into town, and we know it's going to be a tough opponent. We know it's going to be a tough battle. We know we better be ready. So again, we know it's going to be a hard-fought game.
And just one more from me. Just talk about coming off that Independence Bowl. We had a successful season last year, but how do you just build off of that success?
Well, we want to really start off where we finished last season and not the bowl game, because I didn't think we played our best football in the bowl game. I mean, it's something we talked about when we got back in January. We didn't play our best football in that game, and you know, we had a 6-2 conference record, which, you know, other than 03, you know, considering whether it's championship games or regular season, that's, you know, a 2-loss conference record's the best we've been since 2003. You know, in reality. So the bottom line is we want to build on that, because our goal every year is to compete for championships and play in bowl games. But we want to finish like we did in November and build on that, not how we did in late December, because, again, I thought we let an opportunity slip away in late December. So, again, I think our guys understand that. And football's a long, tough season. It's a long, tough battle, a lot of ups and downs, highs and lows. But this team will come to fight, and they'll come to play.
Anything else? Coach.